Alrighty, welcome in Deadpool for being first. How you doing, man? Thank you for being here. Hope you're doing well. Kind of AFK, getting ready for work, but I got you in the headset, man. I appreciate that. I hope you have a good day at work. If you were unable to talk and chat for the rest of the day, appreciate that. Good to just see you here. Appreciate you being here. All right. Today, we are. What is this? Well, that's the now playing thing. See, I was trying to fuck with this. While the music was playing, I wasn't able to get it to work. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know if there's something funky going on. Ooh, excuse me. It's being weird. I may just have to like disable it for now and try to fuck with it offline. Also the hiccups. That's new. Alright, yeah, we're just gonna disable that for now because that's kind of distracting. I don't know what's going on there. Let me see if that's gonna be an issue anywhere else. Yeah, I don't know. So it's supposed to show my music whenever I'm on like my different screens with my music playing. It's supposed to sit there and like, it has like a little record player or like a little vinyl with like the album art on it, and it shows you like, how long into the song you are and like, what the name of the song and the artist is and stuff like that. I do know, like, I think like a month or two ago, something happened with Spotify, and I think they were like resetting like your Spotify keys. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with external widgets and plugins and stuff like that for things like Discord and OBS and all that kind of shit. I don't know. I don't know if it was just like an internal thing or if it happened to do with stuff outside of that as well. I feel like it's like weird that I'm not in the middle. That's better, I guess. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with it. I'm gonna have to fuck with that off stream. Because when it comes to tech issues, this could take like 5 minutes or it could take 5 hours. Who knows? We're gonna dive into something new today. We're playing something called Night Call. I've had this on the list for a while. I've had this just kind of in the reservoir. Looks very interesting. It's a noir style taxi game. Basically, real quick, this shit's loud as fuck for me. I'm gonna have to go and mess with my shit here. Don't mind this. Okay. To start. Oof, that was loud. Turn that down a little bit for me. Might have turned down for you guys a little bit too. Is that loud? I don't know. I don't know if that's loud. Full screen. No, we're gonna do window. There's no borderless. Ooh, yeah. Never mind. We're gonna have to do. Yeah, we're gonna have to do full screen. Windowed borderless is the preferred, but if that's not an option, then yeah, it looks all weird. So we're not gonna do that. That's the only options. There's no. Is it? Oh wait, never mind. That was general. It is general. Text speed, language. No subtitles. Audio. That's fine. I think audio is fine for you guys. I don't know what any of this means. I don't know what free roaming is. Pasidex. Oh shit, it's like Polaroids. Okay, so it's got to do something with, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, Night Call. It is I'm gonna make my camera a little smaller. It is a noir style game set in Paris. You are a taxi driver, and this is all I know from the trailer. You are a taxi driver who basically gets shot and left for dead by a killer who's on the loose. And then when you get back to going on your job, you get stopped by a detective who gives you an ultimatum and basically says, solve the case or it's going to be blamed and put on you. So we have to go and use some detective skills to try and communicate with our passengers, see if we can, do some interrogation of sorts, play some nice cop, good cop, bad cop, see if we can find information, see if we can whittle it down to find the person. So Just log in. The art style is really pretty. It's 2D, it's noir, it's cozy. Speaking of noir, I started Spider-Man Noir last night, and I'm at the end of the second episode. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I enjoyed it. I will tell you, if you're looking for something that's full Spider-Man, you're going to be a little let down. It does heavily rely on that old-style detective noir style with a little bit of flavor of superhero, but it's not very superhero. But I personally enjoyed it. I watched it a few weeks ago, maybe a month, and I thought it was really good. I think they're working on a second season, but don't quote me on that. Choose the investigation. The judge. Victims have all something in common, and their motive seems clear, but which suspect could have done it? Balanced case, perfect for a first run. Oh, okay, so there's 4 investigations. Game will randomly pick an investigation no matter if solved or unsolved. Okay, yeah, so this allows you to just shuffle through these 4. So there's 4 things we can do. I figured it was going to be one story, but I guess there's multiple. That's kind of cool. So the judge. Victims all have something in common and the motives seem clear, but which suspect could have done it? Okay. So they all have something similar to connect them to it, but only one of them is the culprit. The angel of death, random victims, unknown motive, weird case, slightly more difficult than the others. Okay, so this is just kind of like you're pulling at strings, you're trying to find the connection yourself, trying to figure out what's going on. Sandman, the victims may feel random at first, but there's a connection. Okay, so never mind. So this is actually random victims. This one seems random, but there is a connection. Okay, so I kind of mistake that. The motives might be hard to find. Dark and twisted case. That actually sounds really fun. We're going to go with judge, I think, because it says balanced case, good for a first one, but I kind of want to go through some of these, see what they say. The game will randomly pick an unsolved investigation. Oh, okay, so this will pick between the 3, solved or unsolved. This one will pick one of these 3 at random if it's not solved. Okay. Well, I think that one's honestly kind of useless in my opinion. I think we're just going to go straight to the judge. Choose the difficulty. Story mode, money will be easy to get by. The investigation will be easier. Every action will take less time for a chiller experience. Balance is the way Nightcall was designed. Anytime a game tells me the way, like a difficulty is meant to be played in that way, that's the one I'm going to choose. So we're going to go with balanced. And out of curiosity. Money will be tighter, the investigation will be harder to solve, every action will cost more. You know, we're going to do balanced run, because that's how they want you to do this. I do love that they included the options to watch in black and white and color. I watched it, I think there was a few scenes where I went into color, just because I was curious what it looked like. But I did end up watching the entire show in black and white. I may do a second watch of it at some point in the true color. Just because I think it will still look amazing. I would also wait. I'd like to wait till I have a 4K monitor so I can like really experience the vibrantness of the colors, which I don't have at the moment. All right. Let's see what's going on here. So I wonder if this is the story from the trailer or if this is a different one. I don't know. There's a dead body right there. Night call. Yeah, so you do have to like manage money. You do have to like pay bills and stuff like that while you're going around. There is a time mechanic. Doctor. Here? Sir, can you hear me? Or do I need to speak up? There's no time limit on dialogue, so I do like that. I am not a fan when you gotta get rushed through dialogue. You're fine. She takes a deep breath. Oh, it's my first day at the new job today. Yay me. Hey, congrats, man. Hopefully it goes well for you. Wishing you luck. She takes a deep breath. Sir, you just spent 2 weeks in a coma. So what made you want to play this game? I just saw it. I think I was going through Steam, just looking at like recommended games and stuff like that. I saw the trailer for it. It looked interesting. I do really love the noir like environment, and this one just kind of seemed to pop out at me. I also really love puzzles. Any type of puzzle-like game really speaks to me. So whether that be detective, basic puzzle, stuff like Portal, yeah, all that. I love puzzly type brain games. So I don't know. I think it was cheap. I think it was on sale too when I got it, which is just a bonus. So you just spent 2 weeks in a coma. The word bounces around in your head. You need a moment to understand its meaning. Coma? The word scratches along your throat. Yes, you were the victim of an assault. The word resonates in your head. Victim. You are aware a serial killer is currently on the loose in Paris. You feel the contents of your stomach crawling up to your throat. The judge, as the police call the killer, assaulted you. The bullet touched your liver and, in most circumstances, it would have been fatal. We chose to put you into an induced... Her voice became more distant, faded. You taste bile at the back of your mouth. Your head is burning. You hear a whistle in one ear. Your fingers move to your wound. Underneath the bandages, you feel hard skin. It is incredibly painful. Did they... I'm sorry? Did they catch the judge? No. What about my passenger? What about the cops? What about my passenger? He was dead before you even got out of your cab. The doctor is silent for a second. Very awkward second. She hesitates. The police would like to see you as soon as possible to ask you some questions. After all, you're the only one who survived the judge. Noise in the hallway attracts your attention. You try to turn your head, but to no avail. You need a rest. She leaves the room. Her voice resonates in the hallway. I don't care if he's the only witness. Another female joins in the conversation. Strong, authoritarian voice. You can't clearly make up what she's saying. A strange feeling washes over you. It's not pain, not fatigue. Some odd combination of the two. Before being in the hospital room, you've never realized that anger was made up of a combination of pain and exhaustion. Anger. A feeling you know all too well. Days go by, and a month later, night one. I really like the dialogue so far. This is really good. It really does feel like a noir setting, and I like the internal monologues. It's really cool. Well, look, I've got a bit of a problem. A real problem, that is. You have a pounding headache. It's your first night behind the wheel since the attack. Are you listening to me? You catch your boss's eye in the rearview mirror. Yeah. He stares at you for a second or two without speaking. Sometimes I wonder what's going on inside your head. You've always seemed so far away. Sorry. I just want things to go back to normal, to clear my head, to stop thinking about it all. He watches you closely, trying to make out what's going on in your head. You know I'm worried about you, don't you? I know. You're like a son to me, you know. I know. And you know he's about to tell you the story of his taxi fleet. Again. When my father died and left me the store, I could have sold it. Could have retired, gone back to the old country. But I decided to start a cab fleet with the money he left me, to hire the guys from the neighborhood. And why I've got 45 guys like you working for me. And that's why I've got 45 guys. His hands flutter in the air. Though none of them are any match for you. He smiles. His voice suddenly takes on a serious note. Do you want me to go over everything again? He points to the equipment on the dashboard. The meter. God damn. The meter. The GPS. You haven't been in a taxi for weeks. Maybe you do need a little refresher. Yeah, good idea. Right then. Well, first the map. You spot potential customers and try to guess where they'll be going. Then you decide. When a customer orders a taxi, if there's no one else around, you have to go pick them up. He shrugs. That's the way it goes. It's business. No problem. The other fares, you look at the map and decide whether or not you want to take them. And then you drive. He flashes a quick, mechanical smile. You know it well. When he talks about work, that's all. When your shift is over, we do the numbers, and his voice trails off, as if searching for the right words. And that's all. It's pretty simple. There's no reason why you can't do it. Oh, right, no overtime. We're in France here. There are rules, regulations. You might not see it that way, but no one likes having a driver who hasn't slept for 24 hours. He looks away. Something's been bothering him since he got into the cab. Anyhow, you know the ropes. You get it. I know you're going to do their good job. What's the matter? The boss keeps quiet for a while, as if he hesitates to speak. And then... I don't think it's a good idea. You shouldn't be driving. The murder's still out there. We think he's gonna come back for you. We? Your colleagues. I do too. Anyway, I'll let you get back to work. Every minute spent in your taxi is a minute lost. He gives you a smile, half ironic, half serious. Have a good evening. The sarcasm in his voice is palpable. Right. You have a good evening too. You'll spend the rest of the night dealing with problems and drivers. You wonder how and when the guy ever gets any sleep. The boss opens the door and exits the cab. You watch him cross the street and enter the fleet garage. A couple of colleagues are milling about. Taxis are coming and going. They all ignore you, cautiously or unconsciously. You are branded. You sit there a moment, then turn the key in the ignition. The hum of the engine sends a tingle down your spine. It's impossible to describe how you've missed that feeling. It's back to the night shift, back to life, back to the night call. Despite the attack, despite it all. Oh, I thought there was gonna be more there. Alright, damn, so this map's pretty fucking big. I wonder if it's actually one-to-one with Paris? You said Paris, right? Or did you say France? Might have said France. Okay, so I guess I can just pick whoever I want. Maybe I should start with the closest. I don't think I actually have to drive either. I think it's all point and click type stuff. It's story based, it's dialogue. So we got like what, 6? No. We got 7 people here that we can pick from. Okay, I am gonna turn the music down just a little bit. I don't know about you guys, but it was distracting me. I think maybe 70%, because I do want it in the background, but it was kind of a lot. I had to go make sure that like my voice wasn't being drowned out by it. Let's go pick up her. She seems to be the closest. Oh god, we gotta deal with military time? Fuck. There's something very Parisian? Oh, I didn't even get to fucking read that. I'm headed to Charles de Gaulle Airport. I'm also gonna butcher any French there might be. It's a 7-kilometer distance with a 23-pound fare. Is that pound? Is that euro? What is that? That's not pound. It might be euro. Accept. Your next passenger is alone and waiting for you on the sidewalk. She gets in the cab and whispers, "Hello." She has no handbag or suitcase, just a small handmade sign with an Indian name printed on it. It's just plus or minus 12. I know, for military time, I know. the fact that I gotta like sit there, like I'm not used to it, so I gotta sit there and I gotta do fucking math, you know? Like I don't want to do math when I'm looking at a clock. Charles de Gallo, please. She's young, with a soft and slight accent. Her face shows no emotion. I'm not gonna try to do accents, and I'm not gonna try to do a female voice. I'll be honest. I'll try to do different voices for the men, maybe. But I'm not I'm not gonna, you know, we're not going in that deep. Her fingers play with a small gold chain around her neck. It is the only piece of jewelry she has on. You drive, glance back at her from time to time. Should I keep a notepad around for like information? I'm not sure how much I'm actually gonna have to like write down. Oh shit, we're actually driving too here at the top. I actually gotta like pay. I gotta lock the fuck in. I gotta make sure I get as much info as I can. Her head seems to be elsewhere. Everything all right, miss? She nods her head gently, cracking a tiny smile. It's really early. The first planes to come in are the worst. Everyone is exhausted and half asleep. Yes, exactly, and she sighs. I must confess, I don't really want to go there. A tiny smile lights her face up for a split second before disappearing. Family? My future husband. Well, future. I've never met him. Her accent suddenly becomes stronger. You know this habit well. Just before confiding in you, passengers tend to relax all their natural accent, or into their natural accent. I'm sure he's a great guy, as they say here. Sadness appears in her voice. I don't know him at all. My parents chose him. It's crazy, isn't it? Are you shocked? Does this pause the... I think that is... Okay. Holy hell, 6 ads, and my last ad was 2 minutes long. The rest were like 30 seconds. Yeah, dude, I think... I gotta talk to Eric Pork. I gotta see like what he does for his ads. Because if I could, I would really like to just like stop as many ads as I could until I go on like a break, and then I could like target ads on breaks so that like no people aren't having to fucking worry about that type of shit. But I don't know, like ads have gotten so crazy on Twitch, like there's really not much I can do about it. It really does suck. No. I mean, like, I know the culture, like I understand the culture, so it's not really shocking in that in that way. But in terms of having to do it still in the 21st century, yeah, it's a little crazy. But no. A sad smile washes briefly over her face. It's tradition, or at least it used to be. My parents are a bit old school, even by current standards in India. I chose to study here and not in England with my sisters. She flashes a smile. I fell in love with Paris and decided to stay. I almost never go home. Actually, this is home now. Anyway, my parents insist I meet him. He decided to make the trip, saying he had a meeting as a pretext. I wonder what these symbols mean. It's hard to hold it against them. It's unacceptable. It's not really my place to say. I'm gonna say nothing. It's understandable from their perspective. I mean, it worked for them, right? You sense something bubbling up. Anger, before she freezes. Some people refuse to let their emotions out. She slowly regains control of her body. What day trips would you recommend outside Paris? Nearby? She nods. Versailles, of course. It's really beautiful. Definitely worth it. Her face lights up. Oh, yes, perfect. I'm sure he'll like that. Or there's Fontainebleau. There's a huge park, very wild if he likes hiking. I don't really know. She smiles shyly. You preferred to say nothing. The airport is not much further. Something about the young woman makes you feel uncomfortable. She looks as if she's about to scream, but is holding it in. Time passes and silence fills the cabin. Which terminal? Her question startles her. It's, Terminal C. 2C, I think. It's supposed to be a nice day out today. Is it an Indian airline? No, it's supposed to be nice today. A smile crosses her face, then quickly disappears. Yes, I hope so. Thank you. You park the car in front of Terminal 2C. Passenger grabs her sign and exits the cab. She pauses for a second, as if she were about to say something. Then she disappears. So I got £24, or euro, I think it's euro, 24 euro with an $8 tip, €8 tip. So 31 euro overall. Hell yeah. Her stopping before saying something and then saying never mind, I wonder if there was a chance for me to have gotten closer to her and I missed it. I actually don't know. Should I be picking people close to me? I feel like I should be picking closer ones. Like going all the way over here to pick up this dude just feels like it might be a waste of time. Because I do have a gas meter here at the top and a time, right? So it is like almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Look at this fucking dude. This looks like mix between like Daredevil and like that like swordsman guy from the Daredevil show. Looks like he has like a beanie or something on, like tied around his face. Xavier Turcek? I need to get out of here. Accept? Fuck it, we ball. You pull up next to the sidewalk a few meters from an abandoned warehouse. No sign of your passenger. You wait a minute, staring at the meter. You really don't feel like wasting your time on people who... You hear a window break on the second floor of a warehouse. A body falls heavily on the sidewalk. You lay your hand on the door handle when a man, dressed entirely in black, jumps out of the window and lands on the body. He stands up and takes a few steps over to your cab. Are you the cab I ordered? You nod your heads very, very slowly. Super. I'm the one you're waiting for. Be right there. Turns around, places his fingers on the neck of the inanimate object, takes the pulse. Comes back over, opens the door, and jumps into the back seat. This is fucked. You can start driving. Nueli, please. You follow orders without a second thought. In back, your passenger smells like sweat and gunpowder. He's been running. Been in a fight, maybe. Probably. His muscles bulge in rhythm with his heart, which is racing. Good evening. Pretty good, yeah. He smiles, or tries to. You can see blood on his otherwise impeccably white teeth. Screwed up a little, but all in all, it was a good evening. You. Yes. Okay, alright. Come on, let's talk about the elephant in the room. You're on to me, and you know it. I'm the masked Joker. Silence. You squint to get a closer look at your passenger. Masked Joker, the hero who makes Parison's night more peaceful? No? You slowly shake your head. Nope, doesn't ring a bell. I'm all over Twitter, so probably on the radio and the newspaper, I think. What exactly do you do? I protect people. I'm a guardian. Like a superhero? No, I don't have any superpowers. But it's the same idea. Yes, I mean, for the moment, I mostly take care of small-time crooks, pickpockets. It's not very prestigious, but I have I have to start somewhere. You open your mouth, but nothing worth saying comes out. Gotta start somewhere. So, how about the name? You like it? Not sure I get it. Timu Batman. Legit. It's Joker, like the card, and masked because I'm wearing a mask. Like I said, he's kind of like Daredevil because he's like cut off with like a bandana type thing. Silence ensues. Your passenger eventually clears his throat. See, I wanted something that wasn't too... He searches for the right word, beats around the bush, and eventually comes out with problematic. I did a lot of brainstorming and came up with Masked Joker. Haven't gotten great feedback, but it's hard these days to find a name everybody likes. You have to make sacrifices if you want your core business to succeed. That's what they tell you in school, anyway. At school? Yes. And ENK. He freezes. Shit. I almost gave you the name of my business school. What an idiot. Can you imagine if Bruce Wayne went around telling everybody he was Bruce Wayne? Bruce Wayne? No, Batman. If Batman went around telling everybody he was Bruce Wayne. I'm getting it all mixed up. He touches his sides for a while looking like he's looking for a wound. You're getting close to your destination. I think I'm hurt. Want me to take you to the hospital? No, I'm fine. I shouldn't have jumped out of the window like that. But you were already coming down the street and I didn't want to make you wait. You smile. Pull over. Right there in front of the driveway. You obey. Don't worry, it's just a flesh wound. I'll be home in 2 minutes and I have everything I need to take care of myself. He pays and struggles to get out of the cab. One last thing. Please don't say anything about N-Kid. I'm trying to lead a double life and it's not super easy. I don't know what N-Kid is. He said ENK. So, is N-Kid the school he's going to? I also don't know what these little things are. I don't know what the smiley face and the check is. I'm gonna be like, I don't know what you're talking about. N-Kid, my business school? He freezes. Oh, I just got it. You're playing along. Okay, great. He looks at you for a minute. You're really a classy guy. He walks away, limping. Yeah, I figured it was the school, because I think at first he said ENK. He didn't say the entire name. But I got there. You watch him as he tries several times to enter his building code before heading inside, finally. As you go to start the engine, you notice a few drops of blood on your fingers from the bills your passenger handed you. Okay, total... Damn, only a $4 tip? €4 tip? 27 euro total? How much is gas gonna be? Almost got 400 euros. The door suddenly opens and a woman gets into the back seat. Having a good night? For a second, you freeze. It's one of the cops working on the judge's case. She grins at you. Her voice creaks. You remember seeing her at the hospital. Something always bothered you about her there. You know, it's actually pretty crazy. For weeks, I've been saying to myself, there's something off about you. Something not so nice. I dug around, mulled it over, bugged all my fellow cops about it, because I was sure you lied to us. Let her keep going. She has a cold sneer on her face. I'm going to be frank with you. She leans over to you. I don't think you're the judge. Nah, just can't picture it. She squints, like she's trying to make you out from far away. You'd have gone to the extent of hurting yourself. Yeah. Between us, it's a bit of a stretch. She stares at you. But none enough of a stretch for my chief to stop going on and on about you. Seriously, he talks about you all the time. If I didn't know better, I'd think he had a crush on you. She smirks. No. I think he's more interested in your profile. In prison at 17. An icy chill fills your gut. And for murder, too. You open your mouth, but nothing comes out. Since you got out, you've kept a low profile, but you're lying about your name and your address. I checked. It's normal, you'd say, if you get the word of your... Sorry. It's normal. You'd say if they get word of your time served, no loan for your permit, no lease for your car, meaning no second chance at life. Your voice becomes softer, almost warm. I personally like guys who want a second chance. No, I like guys who fight for a second chance. Basically, I like guys who are willing to work for me. She She leans forward, her shining cat-like eyes start to narrow. My chief wants to go to the prosecutor for the first and last name, with evidence. Actually, knowing him, he's not so hot on evidence. So, I'll give you info. Victims, suspects, medical reports, some photos that are a bit... makes a gagging noise. You have to be discreet. Keep it between you and me. Interrogate, ask questions, dig around. I'm not a cop. She shrugs. Don't worry. You're already keener than half the squad. And don't forget, I'm not asking you to make you an arrest and deliver the killer wrapped up in a bow in front of the station, alright? You're no Batman. You're just here to get more information. Is Batman canon for this universe, or is it just like a well-known comic? I mean, they have Twitter too, apparently. I think the smiley face is a passive dig. Maybe? I wonder if there's gonna be like a legend later on to show you what's what. I don't know. Could be a passive dig. She rummages around in her pockets for what seems like forever. Here, take my card. I'll call you in 3-4 days, just to check in. We'll chat. And I'll let you know if I have any new info. She takes on a didactic? Paternalistic tone? Never heard either of those two words. Like she was giving you a list of recommendations for the 100th time. Don't get caught. Don't get arrested. Also, I wouldn't recommend trying to leave Paris. I know what you look like, and I know who your friends are. You can either be the solution or the problem, my friend. She takes a minute to scan your face, your emotions. If I have to, I'll go check in on you-know-who. Her smile is biting. It reminds me. She knows you've done time? You shake your head, and she snickers. Oh, my little dirtbag. You cover your tracks well. What if I refuse? If you refuse... Simple, I turn you in. I'll send your picture to all my friends in the media and every asshole in Paris. Your picture with your name on it. Your real name. Anyone close to you will have their places searched. Be put under house arrest, spend nights in jail. You have any idea how tense things are with that fucker's trial underway? You sigh. You know what she's trying to get at. Come to think of it, your last names are almost the same. Could be brothers, actually. I think the electricity is like a biting, like, impactful remark, right? Because I could be chill and be like, I'm nothing like that terrorist, but this is like, I'm nothing like that son of a bitch. But I feel like she kind of wants a reaction, so I'm not going to give it to her. Nothing like that terrorist. She smiles. Let me tell you, with that face of yours and your handle that welcome you with open arms, you have no right. I know we have no right. Takes on a serious tone, businesslike. I want to catch this killer personally. I want to drag him to court, ruin his fucking life with a bang. I can't botch this case, you got me? And neither can you, right? Obviously. Well, great then. We see eye to eye. So, you can just say you're my informant, my CI. He ripped open your gut and saw your own inside, he ripped open your gut. You saw your own insides. You're in a coma. Yeah, you have plenty of reasons to want to get back at him. She furrows her brow. Yeah, I think you're actually going to want to... I think you're going to do what I tell you to do. You investigate, ask questions, listen to all the rumors, and you come up with a list of suspects. Lays her hand on the door handle and freezes. Oh, right, and don't get fired. Without the cab, you're worthless to me. I glare at her. Do we do it? Do we call her a bitch? Nah. Just say nothing. Puts her hand up and you can hear the words behind it. This conversation never happened. I'll make sure you get your intel tomorrow. I'll find a way. Until then, not a word to anyone, obviously. Not a word. The door opens, squeaks, and slams shut. Fucking bitch! Discovered 2% of the paradox. You sit alone for a while, teeth clenched, dry-eyed, ears buzzing. Shit. On the back seat, the cop left a pile of papers. Shit. Key in the ignition. Motor running. Radio on, crackles. Turn it off and start driving. Talking to passengers might unlock new documents and clues of your investigation. We'll find them back at your studio after your shift. 6 clues discovered available in your room. Okay, so I will not need a notepad. That is good to know. They will give me the clues I need in game. Really liking this so far. This is cool. I like the art style too. It's simple, but it's nice. Take a second to enjoy the silence of your studio apartment. Outside, the city is slowly waking up. You can still hear the hum of the taxi buzzing in your ear. You throw the file, Bousset. Is that Bousset or Bousset? Probably Bousset because it's a name. It's a French name, Bousset. You throw the files Bousset gave you on the table. On the wall, you hung up the big corkboard where you used to pin up photos of your nephews. They've been gone since you got out of... Your plan is simple. Jot down all the pieces of evidence and connect them to the suspects. The guilty party won't necessarily be the one with the most evidence against them, but the one with the most compelling evidence against them. It's like you're building a story about each suspect. Trying to understand their motives. Understand how he or she got in this situation. A bus goes by. Makes the walls shake. Take your shoes off before getting to work. Okay, real quick. Need to deal with... Oh, cool. Okay, I didn't know that. It's good to know. Okay, what do we got here? For the board. Okay, so far we got Claudia Campos. We got Salim Wadian. Paul Marie Fragonard. Perio Bataz. And Hervé Grayo. Dude, I'm gonna botch the fuck out of these names. So these are the only documents I have so far. I'm assuming that's what these are. So the autopsy report for victim number 3, given by Bousset. Autopsy report victim number 4 in the killer case. All right, let's look at the killer case. Four clues discovered. New clue. What the fuck is happening? Oh shit. Picture of crime scene number 2. Picture of crime scene number 3. Ooh, okay. Message on... So this is connected to both of them somehow. Okay, wait, let's read their characters real quick. So I don't think height's gonna matter for now. I'm not really gonna look at that. Medical examiner in Paris, escaped from Argentina when she was young, lost her parents to the Argentinian junta? The process. Not sure what that is. Okay, and then this... Those are like actually put onto them, so we'll get that sorted. Well-known lawyer in St. Owen, defender of the Dower case, defender of several molested kids in poor neighborhoods, was a promised football player when he was 10. I thought that was a woman. Retired cop, joined the police in 1977. Divorced from a judge, born in the French Antilles, moved to the mainland France in 1976. Cop in Paris, that was a cop, financial affairs, died 2 years ago. Mom got health issues after Richtoden health scandal. Gay, in a relationship, and never disclosed this information at work. Homeless man with an unknown background, briefly worked for Charles Baugrain. Okay, so he briefly worked for the second victim in the 90s. What year is it currently, I want to know. Has health issues after Richton death scandal. A couple of assets for breaking and entering. So what was his? Mom got health issues after the Richton scandal. Message on the crime scene number 2. You deserve this. Source was a cop. I guess all of these sources are cops for now. So somehow this message is connected to both of these. And the only thing to connect these two people so far is something to do with the Richton health scandal. So that somehow connects these two people. Message on crime scene number 3 says time is up. Message on crime scene number 1 is justice. I'm not sure exactly how these connect to these people yet, but killer left messages in chalk on the first 3 crime scenes. Okay. Victim killed with 1 bullet in the neck. Victims killed with 1 bullet in the neck. Okay, so that's just always how they die, is a bullet in the neck. But for me, I got shot in the liver, right? So I wonder why I got shot in the liver, not the neck. Killer knew the victims or researched them. Death equals execution. It says the game takes place in modern day and was released in 2017. Okay, so we'll just say that it's 2017 then in the game. Damn, I didn't know it was that old. I thought it was somewhat newer. Interesting. Okay, what else do we got in terms of evidence? Because I don't have everything on me right now. Let's do victim number 3 and autopsy for victim number 4. Okay, that gives us a lot more to work with here. Actually, I think I'm gonna move some of this down a bit. Okay. Killer's height, they know, is 1 meter and 80. Is that centimeters? 1 meter 80. Okay, so yeah, those. Killer's height is 1 meter 80. So I think I don't really know how much. Ugh. I hate the fact that it takes place in Paris only for the fact that I don't know things like euro, I don't know fucking kilometer, I don't know meters, so it's like, it's gonna come down to a part where I'm gonna need to know. Oh, 2019? No, you're good. Okay, so that's newer, but it's still kind of old. That's like what, 7 years old? That's decently old. So I don't, because I was gonna say like he's 1.69 meters. Nice. I don't know how big of a difference that is from 1.80 meters. Because I'd say that like we could rule him out if it wasn't for the fact that I don't know how much of a difference that would be. I mean, our closest suspect so far is Hervé. Ooh, never mind. No, it's Claudia. Claudia's one centimeter off. Weapon, rare gun, used in the 70s. Okay. So he has the same gun as is reported in the murder. Oh, wait, I can make things like... Okay, so for now I'm actually going to do that. I didn't realize you can make things kind of gray out. I'm going to do that. Since this connects to everybody, it's kind of useless, right? I would say it's kind of useless. Because it doesn't give any one person evidence. It's just kind of like a nothing burger. Alright, we've got no other evidence so far. These don't really connect to anybody because we haven't really talked to any of these people, so we haven't really got any evidence. Everyone has a message somehow connected to them, except for this person, except Paul and Marie. Everyone has a message linked to them from a crime scene. I don't know exactly what it means by message on crime scene. I mean, this says that the killer left messages in chalk on the first 3 crime scenes. So I guess this means that like those 3 crimes had chalk written on it, and they said, you know, justice, you deserve this, and time is up. But I don't know why those exactly relate to these people. I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out later. There's not much we can really do for now since it's just the first day, so we're just kind of getting everything laid across the board for now. Let's end the night. 6 in the morning. Apparently Twitch thinks I speak Spanish because I got 3 ads in Spanish. Really? Interesting. Better pick up the books. With a heavy hand, you wipe your tired face. You open the sofa bed and lie down. The event of the day runs through your head. The events of the day run through your head. The streets, the passengers, their faces, their problems. Your brain is running at full speed. Your body aches, and you're in pain. You can tell you need to get more sleep. You glance at your investigation board. It looks awfully empty. And you sure... Are you sure? Wait. And are you sure this is the best? It's too soon to say. Shake your head and your mind wanders for a second. Your eyes flutter once and you're asleep. You open one eye. Fragments of a dream are still lingering. Weird music made you climb onto the roof of your apartment. You found Busset and her whole squad there right above your head. Well, that was fucking scary. You get up quickly to forget all that. A few minutes later, you're outside of the studio. Wait, was that just a dream, or did that actually happen? Okay. No newspaper available. Listen to the radio. Ooh, that takes like 30 minutes off of my time if I want to listen to the radio. That's kind of cool. So maybe we can gain evidence through the radio and a newspaper at some point. Awesome. So it's going to be very time managed, right? Because what is this? Is it an eyewitness of something? I think I'm going to do that first, just to see what that is. We're going to have to manage gas. We're going to have to manage passengers. We're going to have to manage whatever this is. We can also spend time on radios and newspapers. What is this thing? I want to know what this is. So these streets look chaotic as fuck. You park a few streets away from the Argentinian embassy. You wait there for your contact. You sigh. Seems so odd to have a contact. So excessive. The guy is one of your regular poker buddies, a night watchman at the embassy. You get out of your taxi and walk toward the big metal gate. Clean lines, early 20th century maybe, lots of wrought iron. The gates open and someone moves towards you. They indicate you should follow them. The person's face is hidden with an oversized hoodie. Your heart starts beating faster. What if it was? Let's follow. You walk into a narrow, covered passageway, probably the entrance of a parking garage. The man turns around to light up a cigarette. The lighter lights up his face for a second. A young man with curly hair and pale skin. He looks young, very young. That'll be 250 euros. Jamie. The intel? Yeah, for the intel. He laughs. Strange guttural sound. What do you think this was? A date? You want information on Gordischer? I got information on Gordischer. And it'll cost 250 euros, so what'll it be? Should I try and bargain already? 250 euros. I don't even remember how much I have. 250 euros. That feels like a lot. Worst thing that can happen is he just says no, right? Or maybe he ups the price. I'm gonna try and bargain with him. Fuck you, dude. 250 is a lot. He raises his hand in front of his chest. His accent becomes stronger. No. It's 250 euros or nothing. If something learns I fished around, they'll fire me on the spot. Alright. God, it's like a third of my money. For that price, you hope the intel's good. You pay. Listen up, because I'm not gonna say this twice. Gordashire is definitely a colony from the junta. One of the few who wasn't arrested and put on trial. He is responsible for torturing dozens of political opponents. He tortured and killed them. You know, we don't like him very much here. But the rich Argentinians in Paris love him. They really respect him. Respected him. The difference doesn't seem important to him. Yeah, if that makes you happy. Looks back at you. There's one last thing. I read in the newspaper that the killer wrote a message in chalk. Time's up. It was a slogan at the end of the junta. Sort of watchword from the opponents. It was time for them to go. You get it? You nod. A second later, you're back in your taxi with a hole in your wallet and with new information on one of the victims. If you follow this lead, maybe your investigation will move forward. You start the car and get back to your shift. Okay, so these are intel. So I guess that's good to know, because I'm going to have to fucking pay for that. So I wonder if any of my passengers will end up being any of the suspects. Because I think for now it just looks like random people. I'm not going to really worry about gas, I don't think, until I get about to the 1/4 mark. Because I don't want to waste time driving to gas stations and stuff. This guy's the closest, so we'll go to him. It's just right here. Porta de Versailles. 30 euros, accept. It's gonna go across town. The door opens and the passenger collapses into the back seat. His eyes are hidden behind a pair of large dark glasses. His clothes reek of sweat and booze. A clubber. He mumbles his destination and you start driving. A few words are exchanged. The weather, taxes, traffic. Then you can't tell it's coming. The inevitable conversation about the killer. Some bits of information, rumors, things overheard. Make a mental note of what you've heard. Who knows? Might come in handy. Your mind wanders, your eyes vaguely scan the store windows. The sodium light coming off of the street lamps feels like it's dripping into your brain. You're falling asleep. Need a bit of music to keep you awake. Ask your passenger. It's polite. Glance at your passenger. You mind if I put on a little music? He waves his hand as if to say who cares. You turn on the radio, pressing on the dial and finding a station you like. 80s rock ballad. Too soft. Hey, War Soldier, welcome in, man.
07.
07. I need to get that emote for you. You gotta remind me. Maybe I'll do it after stream. Because I do have 7 TV, I believe, so I can get that for you. But thank you, man. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate you being here. I saw you join the Discord this morning. Not this morning. Sorry, I'm mixed up because of my... Oh, shit! We're here. Hold on. Sorry, hold on. I gotta fucking... God damn it. I forgot we're fucking based on time here. We're driving in real time. I'm fucking up. I need a pause if I'm doing shit like this. But thank you for the sub. I saw you join the Discord last night. Yeah. Getting mixed up because of my shift, but I appreciate you joining. We're gonna try and hit this shit hard. I want to stream more. I need to post. I need to get onto my shit. I need to get my life on track, so hopefully you'll be here for that journey. I'd appreciate it. We're playing a game called Night Call. This is a very noir, black and white style detective type game. You're a taxi driver, and you have been blackmailed by a cop to find information on the killer, who also recently tried to kill you, and you ended up in the hospital, and now you're back, you're doing your taxi job. So very interesting. You have to talk to your passengers, you have to gather evidence, and you have to try and build a case to find out who the killer is. Very fun so far. Very good dialogue. All right, man, it's time for me to head out for work, unfortunately. Have a good stream. Hey, man, I appreciate you being here. Thank you for being first. Thank you for hanging out for a bit while you're getting ready for work. Good luck on the new job. You know, we're wishing you luck. You'll have to let me know how it goes next time I stream if you're able to tune in. But, yeah, man, hope you have a good rest of your day. Peace out. Behind you, your passenger is snoring. Barely, but you can hear him. Jajorian chant, mind-numbing. Some slow rap song fills the fake female orgasm noises, not with the passenger in the car. What? Some slow rap song filled with fake female orgasm noises, not with the passenger in the car. Oh, I see what you're saying. Two journalists discussing new evidence in the investigation into the judge's murders. The information they shared, salon talk, nothing more, seems important nonetheless. An ad interrupts the torrent of words and you change the station. Classic music again. The flute grates on your ears. Electronic music. You'd like the rhythm, but aren't in the mood. Stop. You lift your hand up from the dial. The music plays on. Not bad. Turn it up so I can hear it better. Didn't want to wake you. His voice sounds like it's coming from a deep cavern. I wasn't sleeping, just sobering up. He leans forward. Not bad at all. You hear the touch of an accent, probably an American, but someone who's lived most of his life in France. Leave it on until they say the musician's name. Music continues. There's something turning in the background. A persistent melody that gets higher and higher. Your client mumbles. I bet... The song is coming to an end, and the announcer, in a piercing foghorn voice, throws out the name of a DJ you've never heard of. DJ Blunt. Okay. I knew it. You like his stuff? Yeah, it's a pretty good product. It's pretty conventionally structured, but it's super popular. Snickers. Still. I taught that dude everything he knows. Everything. In '94, at a party in the Rex Club, there was a kid who started buying me rounds. He waved his hands around. A kid, no older than 17. I thought he was hitting on me. He chuckles. He would have been disappointed. Shook his head. No. He wanted to teach me how to spin. I told him, no, but you can watch. And that's exactly what he did every week until we moved into Osiris. He sold X to pay his way in. X? Briefly snickers. Now he's on the radio. Silence fills the cab. Weighted silence. You can tell your passenger's mind is spinning. You know what he did this summer? He was the opener of the soccer championship at Stade de France. It was huge. Wonder what people would think if they knew he was selling drugs at 17. Lowers his voice a bit. If only they knew. Passenger clams up. Hell yeah, man. I didn't even realize I never joined the Discord, but I hope streaming goes well for you. In fact, I'm going to be lurking for a bit. I actually got to work on some stuff of my own. Yeah, no worries, man. I appreciate you being here. I have been streaming off and on for 6 years, but I've never really been, like, consistent with it. And, I'm not sure if you read my spiel. That was in the general chat of the Discord, but, you know, I've always kind of come up with excuses, and I've never really been able to stay, like, consistent on myself. I've never given myself like the structure or the discipline, and so that's kind of what I'm trying to do here. There's been multiple times in my streaming career, quote unquote, that I've built like a small following. I've had like a consistent 20 to 30 people, you know, Discord was active. I had like, you know, good amount of people in chat talking, all that kind of stuff. And then life happens, and then like all that shit goes away because, you know, with stream, it's very like it's very much you have to stay consistent with it or it kind of disappears, unfortunately, for the most part. So yeah, I just kind of have to work on myself, and I kind of have to give myself that, I gotta force myself to like keep with it, you know. And if shit happens in life, I kind of just have to be malleable and be okay with trying to find workarounds and not just finding excuses. So we'll see if I can do it. I know you just started streaming too. Hopefully that's been going well for you too, man. It's a fun hobby. I love, you know, being able to communicate and talk with people while playing games. It's very fun. Your passenger clams up. That's right. Let's watch him. Stare at your passenger and notice little details revealing how old he must be. The thinning hair on top of his head, creases in his forehead, his worn blazer that he can't quite fasten anymore. We ran into each other in Ibiza 4 or 5 years ago. He almost jumped at the sound of his voice. I was spinning in a little club. Yeah, real little. But it was something. Totally ignored me, of course. With those dark glasses, you can see how angry he is. DJ motherfucking cunt. He suddenly starts waving his arms around. He rummages through his pockets as he says, your radio. Can I take a flash drive? Or can it take a flash drive? Glance at your radio. You don't really know what he's talking about. I don't know. No worries. He lays his phone in the space between the 2 front seats. Listen to this. It's what I played tonight. It's mine. Sets his phone to play, but, you know, people were barely dancing. A drum machine playing to hard-edged beats in the background. They were talking, taking each other's picture. 4 notes start to dance in the cab. They barely touch, never kiss anymore. A perfect dance beat becomes progressively inaudible. All that purely electronic crescendo plays. It is over. There's a break in the music. Synthesized strings calm the song down without slowing it down. At least, the song is getting intense again. Explodes as your passenger drifts off. I got people dancing. Song keeps going for another minute, then stops. Passenger doesn't budge. You drive in the rhythm of his snoring. The sound fills the cab. Ideas are bouncing through your head like they do every time you find yourself alone. This guy in the back seat is too old to be young. You look at your own hands. They look like they've suddenly aging in time lapse. You close your eyes a second. Only a second. When you open them, you've reached your destination and have pulled over to the sidewalk. You tap your passenger's knee and he wakes with a start. Shit, yeah? We're here, sir. Yes, great. He rummages through his pockets and hands you a few rumpled bills for fare. Thanks. I hope you liked it. The music, I mean. My music. The song I played you? I should have been in the spotlight, you see. 15 minutes of fame. Just a minute of... He stifles a burp. You hear his mumbles as he leaves the taxi. Those whiskey and Orangina's really screwed with my system. You see him stagger towards his building. Takes him several tries to get the door open. Finally disappears inside. You heave a long sigh. Okay, come on. Almost 31 pound. Take that shit. Oh yeah, I know that's gonna be my big thing is consistency, but yeah, man, life is rough sometimes, but I'm glad to hear that you're gonna focus and build yourself up. Yeah, I'm gonna try. Oh, this is one of our people that we're investigating, so we definitely need to go and track them down. If this guy's still available afterward, I want to do him again. I really like that vigilante guy. He's kind of cool. But yeah, I'm gonna try. Hopefully it's gonna work out. You know, good luck to you as well. Hopefully, you'll be able to get something started with it. Oh, he's going pretty damn far. He's going to the top corner. It's gonna take a bit of a chunk of time. €25. You immediately recognize your passenger, who just climbed into the back seat of your cab. His face has been plastered all over the news for the last few weeks. He's a lawyer who is representing a terrorist. He gives you an address and you start driving. He holds your gaze in the rearview mirror like he's trying to read your mind. You drive across a virtually empty Paris. Behind you, the lawyer nervously consults his notes. Sorry, I gotta be right back. I got my nose is itching. I need to go fucking get some TP to fucking itch. I'll be right back. Alright, we're good. Yeah, so this is one of our dudes. Everything alright? He answers without looking up. Yes. You get the message and leave him alone. You continue driving without saying a word. Passenger mutters. Why did he say that to the cops? He's not taking this seriously. Doesn't get it. Idiot. There again, he says it again. Is he contradicting himself, or just... You glance in the mirror, the lawyer looks like a smaller version of himself. Let's say nothing. I don't want to pry too hard, because then he might just stop muttering. He might like kind of go into his shell. We made ourselves known once. If he wants to talk, he will. His eyes meet in the rearview mirror. You see him start to break. I can't take it anymore. Takes a deep breath. Loses control of his voice. This guy's a real asshole. He's not just a monster, he's a total idiot. Tears form in the corner of his eyes. I've never seen such a moronic defendant. You know what it's like to defend a moron? You know what it's like to get only 3 hours of sleep a night so you can defend a fucking moron? Do you have any idea? He yells so loudly the windows shake. I'm sorry. When he answers, his voice is icy cold. No apologies, or no need to apologize. There's nothing to be sorry about. He pauses, barely, just to take time to take a deep breath. Jesus effing Christ already. Kicks the seat in front of him. Jesus! Calms himself down and steadies his breath. I'm the one who agreed to it. I already fought to represent him. It's my own damn fault I'm being dragged through the mud. Raises his hand, snickers. Yeah, I admit it. At first I thought it was pretty great. Being on TV, all the interviews, journalists asking my opinion on everything. I shook so many hands, there's so many words, sentences, yet everything said nothing. When I worked in the hood, not a single person cared about my work. And now, in 5 hours, I've been on the radio. And 7 on TV. Pauses, breathes. His voice sounds further and further away. Should get some rest. Chuckles. Rest? No way. Actually, it's simple. I almost never sleep. When I lie in bed, I stare at the ceiling and go over evidence in my head. He sits up. It's barbaric. It's disgusting. So horrific. So unreal. Lets out a sigh from somewhere deep in his body. And then I discover my mom bought nails. The nails that were in the bombs at the corner market. He kept the receipt. He kept the fucking receipt. Folded it in half and slipped into his wallet. That's what I see when I close my eyes. Disemboweled bodies and a receipt of €2 worth of nails. Why? He raises his voice quite high. Why, for God's sakes? You thought he could expense it so he can get to heaven? Pauses. So stupid, so dangerous. He disgusts me. He revolts me. Why defend him then? Because everyone has a right to an attorney. Everyone without exception. Otherwise, justice is no longer just. His fits of rage subside as his fingers are shaking. When I signed on, I thought I'd be representing someone crazy. I found out he's just a moron who played too many video games. The guy has never read the holy book they use to justify their so-called acts of martyrdom. He's read a few pages online. Passages. Online. Do you have any idea what a complete moron he is? He chuckles. I'm sorry. Truly sorry. Shouldn't have said all that. Takes a deep breath. I don't have anyone else to talk to about it. All these other lawyers avoid me like the plague. My mother can't understand why I'm doing this. She's so ashamed she went back to Algeria. Shaking. I get the shame. What I don't get is when people just lump things together. I'm not a terrorist. I'm not a murderer. No one else would do it. Yeah, so what? Do I get a prize? No, I get spit on every day. Why? For a moron. We could hang him right there. Right now, and no one, I'm telling you, would shed a tear. Stays quiet for a moment and catches your gaze. That's why I keep doing this. Slows his breathing. For equality, our country was founded on it. These rights have been abused far too often for me to look the other way. His anger seems to be lifting. The taxi has almost reached his destination. In the backseat, the lawyer is much calmer. His voice is soft. I need to be reminded of this. This will serve as a lesson. He looks at you in the mirror and bores you with his gaze. It's odd, isn't it? That I ran into you tonight. I mean, as if... No, forget it. Pull over. Pays his fares. Wait, don't take this the wrong way, but... He hands you another bill. Here, this is for you. For listening. For hearing what I had to say. I feel like I don't really need the money, you know? He's kind of he's kind of helping me indirectly. He doesn't know that, but he's kind of helping me, but I feel like it would make him feel better giving me money, right? So I'll take it. It's a win-win. You slide the bill into your pocket. He looks relieved, gathered his belongings strewn at the back on this back seat. See, look, he looks relieved. As he's getting out of the cab, you realize he left an envelope behind. For a second, one tiny second, you hesitate. Could be something important. Nah, I'm gonna give it to him. Forgot something. He freezes, notices the envelope and grabs it hastily. You can tell he's uncomfortable, but doesn't say a word. He gets out of the taxi, walks a few steps away, and turns around to wave at you before entering a bistro. And you drive off. Ooh, he gave me a $20 extra euro tip. So we got 36.2 euro total for that one. That's pretty good. I think we should probably stop at a gas station next. Should I stop at a gas station next? No, I mean, we still have like half a tank. I do want to listen to the radio, though. I want to see if the radio can give us anything. Your finger is poised in front of the car radio. You're trying to find something to listen to. Listen to the news. You happen upon the nighttime news. A crime novelist being interviewed about his latest book brings up the judge. He's quick to say that according to his sources, the first victim owed money to the mafia. And actually, he thinks the whole case is linked to organized crime. The judge is just a front for the real criminals. As soon as the news is over, you turn the radio off so the cab is silent again. Okay. That's Santa? Should we go pick up Santa Claus? Ooh, this is one of our guys. down here. It's kind of far away. Does that matter? Oh, why did it do that? I don't know if that matters. I don't know if like this time gets changed depending on how far the way. Fuck it. Let's see how long it would take. I'm gonna keep an eye on this timer up here. I want to see if this will change at all. Oh, it does. The passenger who entered the cab slams the door and stares at you intently. Oh yeah, she's got a bit of a RBF. Good evening. Are you kidding? That's how you want to start this? I'm not sure I follow. A small laugh escapes her. Naturally. But of course, if I were to say to you, voice is slightly raspy, it's an odd metallic sound. October 27th. That's the date. The night of the attack. The night you... This woman be the judge? 10:46 p.m. No, the attack took place later. Does that ring a bell? You nod your head. Answer. Yes, it does, miss. Don't you miss me? Not another word. She wags an accusing finger at you. Last October 27th. You were in this very cab, driving a fare, and you committed a crime. That's right, sir, a crime. Let her go on. I'd spent the whole day working like an idiot for that rotten newspaper. Do you have any idea what I do for a living? Town crier. Teacher? Did you say teacher? The idea seemed practically shocked to her. Her voice takes on a sour note. I'm a sub-editor, Mr. Taxi Driver. I correct mistakes that a bunch of moron journalists make. Not a single one, not one, who knows how to write a proper sentence. I'd had it, really had it, and on the night of October 7th, you cut me off. Let's let her keep going, I guess. Alright. Maybe she's not done. Interrupt her? I couldn't care less. I'm simply telling you my story, my problem. You cut me off the night of the accident. I almost died that night. She grinds her teeth and you shudder. I crashed my car, my boyfriend's car, that is. The same guy who made yet another comment about woman drivers. The neighbors called the police that night. I made such a scene. To think the guy dares call himself a feminist. She paused for dramatic effect as the disturbed smile spreads over her face. Say nothing. Her voice is suddenly notably quieter, almost fragile. Next day, no more boyfriend. No more car. Messed up a job interview with a major news outlet. Paper where people know how to write, where they follow basic rules of French grammar. Imagine just for a minute, could have stopped correcting copy of a bunch of morons. Takes a deep breath. But all because of you, because of your cab, everything changed on the night of October 27th. Sad, faraway look comes from over her. My life has never been the same since. But her voice is bursting with fury and hatred. Forced to go live with my mother while I went apartment hunting in this rotten city where tiny studios cost an arm and a leg. So I started looking for you. The back of your neck breaks into a sweat. You can feel cold, clammy droplets about to drop down your spine. Start asking around. I bribe one of your colleagues into give me your number. A droplet of sweat starts sliding down your back. Then I found your address. Your first one, that is. You shiver as a drop reaches your boxers. But that's your business. What matters is I did eventually get your other address, the real one. The droplet that reached your tailbone started shaking. At first, I admit, I was planning on going to your place. She shrugs her shoulders, her voice has softened a little. Just maybe to spit in your face or something like that. Then I thought to myself,
No, Ludovine. Maybe the guy deserves a chance. You never know. So you're going to apologize. Go on. Give it your all. Take your time. Take a deep breath. What's up, Shadow? Good morning. Welcome in. She breathes in deep and exhales. Like that. I feel like I should tell her about the attack. I mean, I could apologize and it would make her feel better, but at the same time, if I tell her about the attack, maybe she'll understand. But the attack, didn't I say the attack happened later? I don't really know what events took place before the attack, so I'm not sure if there was anything leading up to the attack or not, so it could be irrelevant. I'm gonna just apologize. I don't know how to make it up to you. I don't remember what happened that evening. I put your life in danger. Sorry for everything that happened. Your car, your ex, the job. Sorry. Shit. She heaves a sigh, dispelling her anger all at once. I don't know what to say. It was... Voice is slowed down. It was... A smile lights up on her face. It was exactly what I needed to hear. I've been thinking about it for months, going over it and over it. Every second of the accident. Telling myself it could have been different, less complicated, more, I mean, less, you know. Actually, I don't. She nods her head. It doesn't matter. Thanks. All her anger has evaporated. No more looks that could kill, simmering rage or grinding teeth. My boyfriend was a jerk anyway, and then this job, maybe it wasn't so great. She gives you a little smile. I tend to get all worked up about things. You'd noticed. And sometimes I take things a little too far. That too. In Paris, I guess you are quick to forget about being nice to each other, about being polite, and for a taxi driver, you're a real sweetheart. She gives a short laugh. This is what I suggest. I'm going to exit the cab. I'm going to go for a little walk in the cold to get my mind off things. I have to learn to manage my anger. It's eating me up. She shakes her head and then, without looking another look your way, goodbye. The door opens, then closes. You're alone in the taxi, your head spinning slightly as if you had a drink. Just one, but something really strong. You briefly try to remember that night. Nothing. Nothing but a vague impression of something behind you. Killer's silhouette, a fleeting presence. You shake your head. There's nothing more than before. If you only had turned around, everything would have been easier. If you had seen the face of... All at once you start the cab. Oh, I can pick up a little kitty. Let's go pick up the kitty. Hey, I've earned I think I've doubled my money tonight, though. That's pretty good. Because we had to spend, like, what, 250 euro? Earlier, so, like, damn. Shadow, how we doing? You got work today? You getting ready for work? What's going on? Thanks for being here, by the way. Yeah, I'm really liking these stories. All these characters feel real. They got, like, a real depth. Yep, just getting ready. Yeah, I feel it. As you drive to the kebab restaurant, you've Oh, I get to read that. Krauke. It's a 1.4 kilometer drive, so very short, 5 euro thing. Tip. Expense, whatever. You pull up to the sidewalk and wait for your passenger. Since it looks like a no-show, you get out of the cab after a minute or two to smoke a cigarette. There's not much going on in this small town in the suburbs. There's a few apartments that still have lights on. Sweet scent hangs in the air. Eventually, you stub out your cigarette and get back in the car. You jump, startled. The cat has managed to slip into the cab. It's sitting on the back seat, staring at you intently. You sit there for a moment, considering whether or not to shoo it away. But just as you're about to wave your hand, the cat shifts positions and a slip of paper falls from its collar. Pick up the paper. Pick up the piece of paper and unfold it. Fragment of a map of Paris. The Saint Lazare train station. You turn your eyes slowly to the cat. He seems to be expecting an answer. Are you going somewhere? The cat tilts his head to the side as if to say yes. You want to go to Saint Lazare? Tilts its head again. Are you a dog? Cat slowly nods its head no. Your hands clutch the wheel tightly. What the hell is going on? Turn around to face the cat. Okay, fine, I'll take you. You let out a sigh. Okay, fine. You start talking to yourself in low tones as if to balance the conversation. Normally, this is all perfectly normal. You start the cab, but cast a glance at the cat behind you. You're the one who ordered the cab? You start to laugh. A few minutes go by. You try to break the ice. Simple questions are probably best. Everything okay? Either a yes or a no. More of a plaintive meow. Vacation, running away from someone. Are you meeting someone? No, that's not it. The cat is staring at you. The conversation seems to bore him. You seem to be well fed. Pretty strange, I must say. Did someone hurt you? Plaintive meow. You sigh. Your owner? Another meow, but longer and deeper, more heartfelt. You nod your head. What happened? Was it a man? No answer. A woman? Was she mean to you? Cat seems to be uncertain. Was she not around for you? Cat doesn't seem to understand. For instance, your owner is never home. You're bored. You want to spend more time playing. Cat could roll its eyes. If the cat could roll his eyes, he would have. Did she have other cats? Cat gives you a look of full of disbelief. Like, yeah, literally me and Noodle. Except, you know, not a black cat. No, that's not it, eh? You're independent. You like to be alone, right? Cat doesn't seem to feel like talking anymore. Turns his head away, looks at the street out the window. You're not far now, after the next light. You point at a light in the distance. At Saint Lazare. We'll be there soon. A few yards later, you stop at a drop-off area in front of the station. The first train doesn't leave for another hour. Where are you going? Cat stares at you without making a noise. Let me guess. Saint Lazare. If you're going to the suburbs of Paris, you wouldn't have needed to come into town. So, somewhere in the northwest of France. Brittany? Passenger glares at you. Okay, right, not Brittany. Cat lets out a choppy meow. He wants to get out. Somewhere by the sea, huh? Cat looks at you and meow, a sharp sound. Probably a yes. Very hungry yes. For a fish, I guess. You check the time on the dashboard. It's time to go. To get a real customer. Try not to think about too much of the situation you're in, and you hope that no one sees you talking to a cat. Alright, the cat wants to go. I'm gonna let him go. Give up. Okay, I won't bother you with all that. With a meow of thanks, you sigh. Okay, come on. It's time to say goodbye. Get out of the cab and open the back door. The bill has appeared on the seat next to the cat. It's enough for the fare, and more. Well, you are full of surprises, aren't you? I won't ask you where it came from. You smile and lean over to pet the cat. It leaps out of the car and darts between your legs. You can just make out its shape dashing up the flight of stairs and slipping between the bars of a gate. You get back in the car. You drove Krauke to St. Lazare Station. Le chat. Little achievement. You look at yourself in the rearview mirror. Your features are heavy with fatigue. Your right eyelid is twitching. As you start the car, you remember you were allergic to cats, but you haven't sneezed once. You pull out of the station. Cool. Got an almost $5 or a €5 fare altogether. That was a fun little interaction. We're still good on gas. I feel like tomorrow is when we should pay for gas. We have our masked Joker guy. I did say last time if he was available again, I'd like to talk to him, so let's go do that. We need a taxi soon. Yes, sir. You pull up next to the sidewalk in a calm, nondescript alleyway. No sign of your passenger. Cobblestone gleam calmly underneath the street lamps. A cat jumps from one building to another. Two men are fighting in the shadows. You sit up abruptly. Something is shining in the darkness. One of those Japanese sabers just reflected off the street. You put a hand on the door handle, ready to run. The saber falls to the ground and the sound rings through the alley. One of the two men crumples. The other walks towards your taxi with determination. At the very last minute, just as the door is about to open, you recognize the passenger from before. The one who thinks he's a superhero. We can go. Same address as last time. He appears to be out of breath, but his voice is calm and poised. Start driving. Put a foot on the accelerator. Behind you in the rearview mirror, you can see lights in several apartments flicker on. Apparently, the fight woke up some of the neighbors. He stops, out of breath. Everything okay? Yeah, I'm okay. He tenses his muscles and his chest inflates. Catches his breath. In the space of a few seconds, his heartbeat has returned to normal. I'm sorry, but... Another deep breath. I think I shit my pants a little. I'll just say, once he has a mask on, but I'm pretty sure he's looking at you straight in the eyes. But don't worry, there are no marks. Oh god, dude. I was just so scared. When he pulled his katana out, man, I was like, that's it. That's over. He had a good life, and now he's gonna cut you up like a turkey. But actually, I handled it. Pauses. Nods. You sense him sitting up straighter. Yeah, I handled it. I handled the hell out of it. But what happened? I'm investigating a sort of organization, like mob types, you know? They're forcing kids to work in this squat. They're sorting through jewelry, wallets. Sometimes they're sent out to panhandles. Girls are sent to... I mean, you get the gist, right? But the police aren't doing anything about it. Why? No idea. First off, the kids aren't French. The organization is tied with the Albanians and this not-so-nice German guy. They have ties with an extreme right-wing organization with connections to 2 police captains. I came to get photos. I want to alert the press. Outside, an ambulance crosses your path. No sirens, no lights. Almost looks like a moving van. And while I was going about my business, that guy jumped me with his katana. Scared me to death. Pauses for a while. His body is radiating heat. Any hotter and he might start to smoke. It's really risky. Yeah, it's dangerous, but it's not what's important. Clears his throat. What I'm about to say is probably gonna sound pretty weird, okay? Another breath. This one is deep and long, almost moving. Since I've been chasing this organization down, I really feel like I'm doing something useful. Like I can really make a difference. Shit, that makes it worth it. Pauses. Would it be okay if I got some shut-eye for the rest of the trip? I think I need to... Falls asleep mid-sentence. crack your window to let some fresh air in. The trip continues in silence, with you at the wheel and the masked hero in the back seat. What if you had taken martial art classes? What if you had known how to defend yourself? Maybe that night, shake your head. There's no point in thinking about it. He or she snuck up on you, attacked you from behind. You still have about 10 minutes left before reaching your destination. Newly. Newly always had the same effect on you, one of surprised. You're surprised to be remained of this town next to Paris. Calm, pointless, unremarkable, boring as hell. At long last, you pull up to the front of the driveway. You dropped your passenger off the last time. He wakes with a start. Already? You grin. Yes, already. Could have slept for about 20 more hours. He glances at your dashboard. I have a nicety to turn out in 6 hours from now. Wish me luck. I do kind of want to say good luck, but at the same time, are you really going to work on it now? Good luck. Thank you. He sighs and stretches for a while. Something in his neck cracks. Anyway, shower, breakfast, essay, sleep. That's the plan. He pays the fare and rushes to his building a few seconds later. He sits still, alone. Once the coast is clear, you check the back seat to make sure you didn't miss, to make sure it's clear. It is. No trace of blood. Or shit. Sigh in relief and drift off. 17 euro. Alright, we really don't have that home. Probably should get home. I mean, we've got like no time left. Also don't know what this is. A shadow. Officially second. Let's go. She forgore. That's alright, you remembered. Now. I know how to spell, I swear. I forgot hashtag R. Alright, let's go home. I don't think we have enough time to do anything else. It's already like 3 in the morning. And then we'll get gas tomorrow. But we almost broke even. Again, we had to spend like 250 euros for evidence the day before. Wait, can I listen to the radio? I don't know. This might chew into the rest of my time. I don't know. Very, very small amount of time we have left there. Oh, okay. Night 2. You know more about your clients. Check the Pasidex menu for more details. The start balance was $385. Profits was $88. The company, oh gosh, so many things going on. Total loss of 118. Current balance is 355. All right, these are all the people I've met and things that happened. Things didn't go well at first with Ludovine. At the foot of your front door, just behind the drain pipe, you notice an envelope. It's thick and heavy. You can just make out your name written in thick black marker on the front. Your real name. Take a deep breath and go inside. In the envelope, you find more information about the Bousset, just as Bousset promised. You lay them on the table. You look at the new evidence on the table. It'll take you a while to read everything carefully. Your neighbor flushes the toilet. Out of the corner of your eye, you can see the pipes shake. You sigh and get to work. Alrighty, so we have 3 more things of evidence. We have a picture from the crime scene. We have a police report for the first victim and a police report for the second victim. So, Shadow, real quick, just to give you some insight on what's happening, we are playing a noir-style black and white detective game. So, it is set in Paris. I'm sure you know that by now. But we are a taxi driver who was attacked by a ongoing murderer. And we had to recover for a bit. We started going back to our taxi job, and then a cop came and found us, and they basically blackmailed us into saying that we have to solve this case or they will pin the murders on us. So we are now being held as a kind of hostage to try and solve this case. So in terms of gameplay. We have to pick up people. We have to try and dig for information. A few of them are the people that we think are. Oh, there's some other shit on here I can organize. So I think these are all of our suspects. And I did talk with Salim Wadan earlier, so there is a chance that you actually will pick up one of your suspects and you can try to get some information into them, but there's also just random people you could find stuff with. But very interesting, very cool. You do have to manage money and time, and there are dialogue options that you can mess with, so it's very interesting. And then, yeah, there's like this big corkboard of stuff that you have to kind of like file through, and yeah. Luckily, it does link them automatically if it has to do with that person, so you just kind of have to organize it and see how much stuff you can connect to a person. So this is new. Message on the crime scene 3 linked to the process. Right, yeah, the process is the junta. We learned that from the paid evidence that we got. Victim number 3 was a colonel of the junta who she lost her parents to, so she lost her parents in the process. So we already knew that the chalked message at the crime scene was time is up. Message at the crime scene links to the process, and then a colonel of the process was killed. The third victim was a colonel of the process. Okay. Known to have tortured prisoners. She's a medical examiner in Paris. Okay. And then these are linked to this person. Victim number 2 killed an Algerian man, never arrested. And then victim number 1 equals a great football coach. I don't know why these are relevant to the person, to Salim. No clue, but I guess they are. And then nothing else has to do with anybody yet. So we now have new documentation that we just got in the mail. So we have a picture of crime scene number 4. See what that gives us. Didn't give a shit. Oh, is it this? Spent bullet case. Okay. I think I should kind of put these like down towards the bottom. I can't really tell like when something new hits the board. All right. Police report victim number 1, number 2, and 3. Let's do. We have a lot of shit for number 3. Let's see what else we can find for number 3. Police report for victim number 3. We got some new clues. Killer fought with victim number 3. So I'm assuming maybe that these ones are like directly linked. There's no need for me to do guesswork, but maybe these ones on the bottom are ones that I have to kind of place myself and kind of think that maybe, like, can I add pins? I don't know if I can add pins or not. I can move them around and I can make them visible or not visible, but I don't know. Killer fought with victim number 3. I mean, this makes sense to be with them just because of the fact that so many things with victim number 3 are related to Claudia right now. I mean, or are these... No, I'm being stupid. I was going to say, are these people the victims? But the victims are dead. Hydrate, thank you. My voice is actually getting a little raspy. I can feel it. Gracias, señorita. I don't know if I want to add that there. So I'm wondering if these are things that I have to kind of put here and like kind of like organize myself and figure out where they go, or if when I find more information later on, then a line will go from it to somebody else. And for now, it's on the board, but I don't know where to put it. Spent bullet casings would make sense to go with him because he's got the only information of a gun. Killer left messages in chalk on the first 3 crimes. I'm not sure if that would really tie to anybody in particular, unless one of them has to do, like, they have fucking chalk on them, I guess. I don't know. Victim 1 owed money to the mafia. Owed money to the mafia. They have to do with the Rakoden health scandal. Retired cop. I don't really know if any of these would have to do with the mafia other than her, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure if the process is an Argentinian mafia or not. I don't know. Killings could be linked to the mafia, so these are kind of together. Killings linked to the mafia and the first victim owing money to the mafia. Anyway, I think we're just gonna like leave them where they are. I think if there is, not enough time. Oh, so I actually do get to, I have to like kind of carefully pick which evidence I want to search through. So I can't do anything with number 2. That's kind of fine. We got some stuff for number 1. The killer's height is 180. We already know that. It's kind of useless. Killer fought with victim 1. Killer fought with victim 1 and 3. Victim killed with 1 bullet in the neck. Or victims killed with 1 bullet in the neck, which again would go with him, because he has a gun. I'm going to put victim number 3. Killer fought with victim number 3. I'm going to put that under her, because she has the most evidence with that. She has victim number 1 to do with great football coach and the message on the crime scene saying justice, but I'm not sure if that's enough to say that they had fought with the victim, or the killer fought with the victim. I'm not sure if that's enough. No signs of violence. Oh, okay, so they were a promising football player when they were 10, which is why maybe the first victim being a good football coach would be relevant. Okay. No signs of violence. So this definitely doesn't have to go with her, because we know for sure that they were known to torture people. He has a weapon, so that's like a 50-50 of whether that could be have been involved, so that may be violent. These 3, as of right now, we don't know if they have any violent tendencies. Victim 1 owed money to the mafia. I'm going to keep those 2 together. Chalk messages, I'm going to just kind of keep in the middle, I guess. Killer knew the victims or researched them. Again, I think for now, the only person to really have enough evidence to be... We have a lot of shit for Claudia. I think it really makes sense for this to be under hers, just because she lost her parents to the process. So it would make sense if she did research into those people. I don't think anyone else really has anything like what's the word I'm looking for? They don't really have a reason, I guess, to do research. There's nothing that would like drive them to go for to kill people. I mean, these people were both involved in the Rakoden health scandal. Like his mom had issues with the Richten health scandal, and this person had health issues with the Richten health scandal. Where they had a couple arrests for breaking and entering. That's not exactly violence, but it is a criminal path. Okay. We're going to leave that for there for now. We don't have enough time to do that one, so we're just going to have to end the night. Again, I'm not sure if we have to, like, wait for those unmarked things to, like, be given a path, or if we just kind of have to try and connect them ourselves. With a heavy hand, you wipe your tired face. You open the sofa bed and lie down. The events of the day run through your head. The streets, the passengers, their faces, their problems. Your brain is running at full speed, your body aches, and you're in pain. You can tell you need to get more sleep. You glance at your investigation board. You hope to find more information. Tonight, even as soon as you wake up. Shake your head and your mind wanders for a second, and suddenly you're asleep. You open one eye. It's pitch black outside. It's time to work. Get up quickly. And a few minutes later, you're outside of your studio for night 3. All right. So we've got a few gas stations we can enter. We've got 2 signs of evidence. I'm not sure. Is there anything we have to pay for other than, like, gas? Are there bills that we have? I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I think we're going to end this here for now. I think that was a really good session. I'm assuming it kind of saves as we play. Those Passadex. Ooh, these are like all of our passengers. Ooh, she has some locked info on her as well. Okay, that's kind of cool. So this person, we talked to her about her husband-to-be, and we met her. But that's all there really is. Okay, so that's cool. So you can know whether you need more information with a person. So you don't waste your time picking them up for a second time, third time, etc. That's kind of cool. That's good to know. Quick game, such as exit out. Okay, it does. All right. That was a good session. I'm really enjoying this game. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm really liking the story. I'm liking how we're able to narrate it. I like the choice options. The characters do feel very real. They feel like they've got a lot of character, a lot of personality. This world feels lived in. It's very nice. So yeah. We're gonna continue that next week. This will be the only stream for this week. As some of you saw, I did post in the Discord. So what I'm gonna do now is I have set myself. If you guys saw that IRL picture, in the Discord. I'm not sure if there's anybody in here who's new, who's like maybe lurking or anything. But there is the Discord channel. There's the link for it if you guys would like to join the Discord. I'm gonna try to be active in there more. I'm not really active in there right now, but with me being more present online for streaming and YouTube and all that kind of stuff, I'd like to give you guys updates. And I'd like to be very transparent with the stuff that I'm doing. My camera's starting to move. So I'm gonna post stuff in there a lot if there's not stuff that's on stream. Or I'm gonna post on Discord anyway. If there's stuff that we go over on stream, I'll probably just do like little summaries as well in Discord, just so that if people miss it, it'll be there. But this is about 2 hours of footage. I need to go and reinstall the VOD downloader. I don't really remember how to do that, but we're gonna figure that out tomorrow. I have my notes here. Got my little notebook. I'm giving myself a hard cutoff for God, I've had hiccups like all fucking stream. I don't know what the hell happened. I'm giving myself a hard cutoff for waking up and going to bed. Along with other things, because I've been bed running too much, and I think having a consistent schedule will help me mentally, and it will help me be able to stay onto this
2
schedule.
years YASSSS.
Shadow, thank you so much. Fucking 2 years. That is crazy. 24 fucking months of subs. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here. Glad that you're here. Yeah, so I'm sure you guys have seen this. If you haven't seen this, it's in the Discord. It's in the IRL pictures. So hard cutoff 9. I was planning on streaming till 9, but I think I need a little bit of a wind down time before I go to bed. Because last night I ended up going. I think I went to bed. I tried to go to bed at 9. I laid in bed at 9. Don't think I went to sleep till about 11, which was fine though because I didn't have to cook, so I didn't have to worry about that before going to work. But I have a little time slot here, as you can see, from like around 3 p.m. is about when I'm trying to wake up. From like 3 to 8:30 is like kind of like a me time before work, right? Because we're doing all of our streaming, editing, all that kind of shit here in the beginning of the day before I go to bed. Um, so I do have to do things like I gotta shower, I gotta cook potentially. I'm gonna try and force myself to read more. So I'm trying to read for at least an hour a day. So there is like an hour within that time slot that I'm trying to dedicate to reading and stuff like that. I gotta take care of Noodle. Gotta go play with Noodle, make sure he's got love, make sure he's fed, he's not dying, all that good stuff. But yeah, I gotta figure out how to download the VOD loader or the VOD downloader, and we'll upload the VOD first because I think that'll be the easiest thing. And so for those of you who are liking the long form content and you've missed stream, you can just go and you can watch the VOD on YouTube. You don't have to wait. You don't have to worry about it being deleted on Twitch. It'll be there permanently on YouTube. The only thing I'm really going to be doing editing wise for the VODs is cutting out the starting soon. If there happens to be any BRBs, we'll be cutting that out. If there's any segments where I'm like maybe talking to chat that's not relevant. No, never mind. I'll keep that in. Because of VOD. Yeah, really the only thing I'm taking out are like the BRBs, the starting soons, all that kind of good shit. I'll be taking all and the ending soons. I'll be taking all of that out of the VOD, and it will just be a straight up just content. Shove it in there, no editing. And then I'm gonna need to download DaVinci Resolve again. I did some basic editing on that, but I'm gonna basically trial and error. We're just gonna learn. YouTube videos are probably going to be a little botched at first, but again, please give me feedback. Let me know what you guys want. Let me know what could be better. I'll take all the criticism I can get because it's not you guys. You guys are not going to be the only people watching this. Hopefully, there's going to be randoms on YouTube who are going to find the channel, and I want things to be nice, and I want things to be clean, and I want things to be accessible, and I want people to be able to enjoy the content because this is something that I want to actually maybe make some money with. I want this to maybe be able to be a fucking path that I can make a career out of. So we're gonna try and hit this shit hard. But yeah, videos. I'm gonna try and make stream into a video. If we do multiple segments, then I'll cut the stream into multiple segments, make multiple videos out of it. But since we are a variety gaming channel for the most part, it'll just pretty much just be a shortened down single 15-20 minute video. I don't know, maybe 30 minutes. I'm not sure. We'll have to see how much content there is. I don't want to cut out too much. If it's relevant, I want to keep it in. But I do want to make it consumable. I don't want it to be like, oh yeah, here, watch 5 hours. That's what the VOD channel's for. So we're gonna try and get that down a bit. We're gonna need a noodle emote at some point. We'll get one. As you can see, we got the bed here. It's empty right now. But we got this little swinging bed. He doesn't really sit in it right now. He's got a lot of energy. He's laid in it for maybe 5 minutes at a time at some point, or I'll try and shove him in there. But he's loving attacking my curtains. He's loving running around. I've tried getting him a few more toys so he's not fucking with my curtains and couches, but I did end up finding more fucking fleas on him Sunday, which was a pain in the ass. I had to give him a new bath. Had to go and vacuum the whole apartment again. Had to go and disinfect shit. But I had one of those little syringes with some serum that I poured on the skin of the back of his neck to try and it was one of those combo things where it's it helps ticks, fleas, worms, etc. So hopefully that killed them all. I'm gonna keep him quarantined in the guest room until next week, and then I'm gonna give him another bath, and hopefully if we don't find any more ticks from the bath, not ticks, sorry, fleas. If we don't see any more fleas from the bath, then I'll let him roam around again. But as of right now, I don't want to have an infestation, so he's staying in that one room. But eventually, hopefully, we'll have more Noodle on stream. I'd like to introduce you guys to him properly live. We haven't really done that yet. You guys have seen pictures. He's in the Discord, I'm pretty sure. Is he in my Discord? I posted a picture of the bed. I don't know if I posted. I don't think I posted any actual pictures of Noodle, did I? Holy shit. I need to get on that. I need to do that. I need to also maybe. We have an IRL pictures. Never mind. I was gonna like say like maybe we need like a pets channel, but I don't want to get like I don't want to have too many channels. If there's something relevant, we'll add something. You guys can put it in the suggestions channel. We can add some more, but I think I don't want to make it overwhelming. There's a few Discords I'm in where they have like 700 fucking different channels for shit. It's just too much. I don't want that. But yeah, we're gonna try this YouTube thing out. We're gonna try and see if we can do the content funnel. We're gonna turn streams into shit. We're gonna try and make this work. I'm excited. I've got motivation. When my motivation my motivation starts to run out, then we're gonna work on determination and structure and I always forget the word. I don't know why I forget the word. Not determination. I can't think of the fucking word. I don't know why it's so hard for me to think about the word. Anyway. Shadow. Thank you again for the sub. War Soldier, thank you as well for the sub. Appreciate you guys coming in here. Deadpool, Shadow, and War Soldier, thank you guys for coming in and hanging out in stream for a little bit while we are getting back into the swing of things. I'm good to see you guys. Glad to see you guys. Hopefully we'll be playing more Nightcall next week live on stream. Should be a good time. Until then, look forward to the VOD. You know, we'll shout that out when it's ready. I'll put that in the announcements channel for those who were not able to be here today on stream. And then later in the week, when we get the normal shortened down version of the YouTube video out, I will post that as well in there. But until then, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I'm going to go crash. I'm going to go wind down for the night. Let's play a little bit of Kane Pixel's backroom music to get us out of here. And hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Peace out.